Yo, this is the Scar City Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this first story comes from Stoke. And thank you to the subscribers that sent me this story on Instagram. And don't forget, you can send updates, corrections and any subject you want covering to news@scarcitystudios.com. This is about the double shooting of two teenagers, 13 years old. The Stoke Sentinel said that detectives are searching for clues after the appalling shooting in the Norton area. It happened on Borrowdale Road, and police are appealing for witnesses after the two 13-year-old boys were sent to hospital. Forensics are seen combing the area in Norton as they try to find evidence on rooftops of garages where the incident took place. Detectives leading the investigation say that they believe the weapon involved was a shotgun or something capable of firing a shotgun cartridge. The police were called at 10:05 on Wednesday to reports of two teenage boys being shot at, and following the incident the pair were taken to hospital where the injuries were described as non-life threatening. So I'm not sure why the police are saying it may not even be a shotgun. There's no evidence to support that as of yet. Speaking at the scene of the incident, Detective Tom Chisholm said, "We know the boys were here at 10 p.m. and they were fired upon as soon as they entered the garages. Somebody was in the garages and discharged a weapon towards the children. They are now tracing CCTV and dashcam footage from the local area to try to find any information." Detective Pete Goodwin told the newspapers that detectives are working tirelessly to try to find out what happened and who is responsible. Extra officers have been drawn in, and there will be a Section 60 order in the local area where stop and search will be increased. The police cordon remained in place even today, and there has been no arrests as of yet. I've covered Stoke in the past with stories about monkey dust because they've had some really big problems with drugs in the local area. And I also covered last year as well a shooting not that far away in the Sheffield area where a 12-year-old boy was hit and two men were jailed for life, and one of them was Stephen Dunford. CCTV showed the moment the boy was shot outside shops. Evidence used in court were raps by the gunman where he said a youth caught a stray. Dunford was charged and convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison and will serve a minimum of 19 years in prison. So understandably, it is quite rare for children to be targeted in these sorts of attacks, but at the same time in Coventry, there has been incidents recently where a 15-year-old boy was shot as well. So the victims are getting younger and the streets are getting colder, and that is something that we can't dispute. So I'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with that story, and please don't forget to contact me if there's anything incorrect about any stories. In some other news coming from London, our reporter Dave Nathan was at the scene in Ilford where an 18-year-old male was found with stab wounds and pronounced dead at the scene at 4:30. On Thursday, the 28th of October. This occurred on Harrow Road and police were called. An ambulance and air ambulance turned up, but sadly nothing could be done to save the boy's life. Shortly after the offence took place, a 15-year-old male was arrested on suspicion of murder. He was taken to an East London police station where he remains at this time. A murder investigation has been launched, Detective Chief Inspector Joanna York said, and we are currently in the early stages and will be working diligently to find out what happened and who caused this death. They believe that an altercation took place in the middle of the night, and they know that a few people were at the scene at the time, and police are keen to hear from anybody that witnessed the event. So the victim is yet to be identified in that case, and we'll definitely keep you updated on any progression. Please don't forget to follow me online as well at Scar City Studios and TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.
Selfie.
Lovely, thank you.
chili plant.